as always, here on youtube.com and facebook.com, both /WakeUpCallDT, and you're listening to us on mixlr.com/WakeUpCallDT. So however you're tuning into the broadcast, thank you so much for being a part of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life, every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time here inside of the Cafe Kubal studios. And like I said, you're here with us on multiple different channels, so however you're tuning in, you're with us on youtube.com, facebook.com, and mixlr.com, all /WakeUpCallDT, as well as on wakeupcalldt.com's homepage, and on facebook.com /LiveNowDT. So we appreciate you being here, hanging out inside of the Cafe Kubal studios here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. And Cafe Kubal coming to you in so many awesome locations all throughout Central and Upstate New York. You can find them by going to 3501 James Street, 324 West Water Street, 401 South Salina Street, all in Syracuse, New York. You can also find them on the corner of Route 11 and Taft Road at Sweetheart Corners in their drive-through location in North Syracuse. And you can find them on 343 Fayette Street in what I call the Manlius Welcome Center, right where all roads converge into Manlius. You will find them there in Manlius, New York on 343 Fayette Street. You can't miss the brown-striped building right there for you as you're coming into Manlius Double-Decker Cafe. So head out to Cafe Kubal today, fill your cup up right, and let them know that Wake Up Call sent you. We appreciate you so much for all the work that Cafe Kubal has done in our community, and I appreciate everybody that supports local, because who are we if we don't, right? This is our community. These are our people, and we should treat them as such. So make sure you go out and support local today, and I appreciate everybody that has. So with that being said, we have a fantastic show set up for you today. You know it's Wednesday, which means Dolphin Time is here. Dolphin Time starts out every Wednesday broadcast of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. It's what we call our exclusive content. It's what we call our LeMoyne-centric spotlight. So every first and third Wednesday of each month at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we are joined by Athletic Director Bob Beretta for our AD and DT segments, and we have been chronicling the reclassification and realignment conversation and potential for LeMoyne to go Division I, and we were the exclusive first interview with Bob Beretta on that, and we have since been the exclusive continuation with, I believe, 4 updates to this point. So you can check those out by going to youtube.com /WakeUpCallDT, and make sure you check those out today. With that being said, every second and fourth Wednesday, including today, we have Dolphin Dive, where we dive into the stories of student athletes, coaches, as well as administration, future Dolphins, and alumni. Today's broadcast inside of MonPazPopcorn.com's What's Poppin' will feature Yaro Zawislan, who is the interim head coach for women's soccer at LeMoyne. This is his exclusive first interview since being hired to the job. Was just hired recently, and this is the exclusive first interview. You know, last Wednesday we broke this story that Jaro Zawislan has been hired as the interim head coach for women's soccer at LeMoyne College. So last week, giving you the exclusive that he is the coach. This week, giving you the first interview with him, the exclusive first interview. So we will be doing that here with Dolphin Dive this morning as you get to know Yaro, his thoughts on the team, and why LeMoyne was the right fit. Then in hour number 2, we'll start a new video, as we always do every Wednesday, bringing you our Fantasy Football Power Hour, the Fantasy Football Power Hour, not one of, not a, but the Fantasy Football Power Hour, and that'll be coming to you between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Time today, proudly presented by the Wildcat Sports Pub. So, with all of that being said, we're going to take a quick step aside for a fast break. When we come back, we will be ready to welcome Yaro Zawislan for the exclusive first interview since he has been hired as the LeMoyne interim women's soccer head coach. In these unique times, there are those in our community that give us a sense of normalcy and positivity. Pizza Man on 50 Oswego Street in Baldwinsville has been here for you for over 35 years. and is here now. Call 315-638-1234 or order online at pizzamanbeville.com to bring those familiar tastes into your home. And remember to come see our monthly on-site broadcasts centered around the community and our Baldwinsville Bees. Pizza Man in Baldwinsville. Any way you slice it, they are always here for you.
This is Jimmer Sikowski, owner-operator of Chick-fil-A Cicero, 7916 Brewerton Road in Cicero, right in front of the Home Depot. I had a deep feeling that God wanted me to do something bigger with my life and to help people, help others. I kept putting Chick-fil-A in my life, and I realized as I was going through the franchise selection process that positively impacting the lives of others was really core to what we do here at Chick-fil-A. First of all, it starts with the food. The food is brought in fresh daily. We bring in local produce. We prepare to order in the kitchen. We hand bread our chicken. We hand spin our milkshakes. It's great food. It doesn't taste like fast food. I think the second thing is the way people feel when they come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. It's different. We try to treat people with intentional kindness here, which is very different and deeper than good customer service. And so I think it feels remarkable for most people to come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. And then lastly, the impact that we try to have in the community is very different. It's a big part of the expectation of every operator of a Chick-fil-A restaurant is that they're actively engaged in their community, they're a leader in the community, and they're making a difference. When they realize that what we're striving to do is to shine a little light in their life, that's a very, very different experience than you will have at any other quick service restaurant. And it's that remarkable experience that I think people will emotionally connect with.
I'm George Townsend of Honda City with some good advice when buying a new car. The true cost of owning a new car is determined by the appraised value when you trade it. No vehicle appraises higher than a Honda. Next, look for low APRs and deep discounts. You also want low maintenance costs and great fuel economy. That's why my advice to you is to buy a new Honda. Looking pre-owned, visit our Honda Certified Used Car Center. Honda City, 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard, Liverpool, or HondaCity-CNY.com.
It would be a pity if you don't shop at Honda City.
Our corporate purpose at Chick-fil-A is to glorify God by being faithful stewards of all that's entrusted to us and to positively influence all those who come in contact with Chick-fil-A. And what became increasingly clear from our success in Cicero is that people love Chick-fil-A. And also I think we recognized that, we had a great opportunity to grow the brand and grow our platform. I felt incredibly grateful when I was selected to be a Chick-fil-A operator. I think what it's meant for me, what I've come to realize on a very deep level is that this is a calling for me. It's not a career. It's not a job. The Lord called me to be a Chick-fil-A operator and to use these restaurants to glorify Him and to positively influence other people. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed.
Head to Chick-fil-A Clay on 3974 State Route 31 in Liverpool, New York. Here for another edition of the Dolphin Dive, where we dive into the stories of student athletes, coaches, as well as administration, alumni, and future Dolphins. Always proud to be here with you for Sports Meets Life on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora and our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership. Very happy to have the exclusive first conversation with Yaro, as he has just accepted the position as interim women's soccer head coach at LeMoyne College for the Dolphins. And once again, happy to have Yaro Zavaslan with us on the show. Yaro, always good to see you.
Thank you very much for the welcome.
And so bring me into, how did it happen? How did this all come about that this job opportunity ended up finding its place with you?
Well, timing is everything. And the job responsibilities that I have with another organization, August, September, October, November, are so-called slower months for us. We conclude our summer seasons, we move on into the next cycle. So there was an opportunity that was presented to me here by athletic director and president of the university with perfect timing. Women's soccer program needed somebody to step into the position to manage the preseason and their fall 2022 season. The timing seemed perfect on everybody's part. There was a very quick process, which I had great appreciation for, and we're just moving forward and looking forward to the first day of preseason.
How did it come about in the sense of, did you reach out, did they reach out to you? How did the connection to LeMoyne happen?
Yeah, so there was something that was presented to me and intrigued me, the possibility. Every year around that time, there's usually 3 to 5 academic institutions at different levels that will approach me and say, would you be able to help us in the next 3-4 months? And more people find out that it's a little bit slower time for us with our other soccer organization. However, combination of a lot of different factors in this situation allowed me to take upon that challenge and take this position. Every time I met a new person here during this process, this opportunity has been growing on me. It was nothing but positive meetings with people in different positions, not only around the athletic department, but around the campus. It seems like everybody is in women's soccer program corner here, pulling for those student athletes to have the best possible season. And there is really drive and desire to have all the right people around the program, rarely around the student athletes, and present them with an environment that will allow them to reach the full potential.
Here with Yaro Zawislan here as the interim women's soccer head coach at LeMoyne College in this edition of the Dolphin Dive on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora from inside of the Cafe Cabal Studios. You said that there's this community of people that are around this women's soccer program that want to see these student athletes succeed and get the most out of it. Last season, we saw a lot of close games. There was the 2-1s, the 1-0, these moments that could have gone in LeMoyne's favor if not for just a few things. What are those little pieces that maybe you're seeing that you can improve on with this team from being a team that loses 1-0 or 2?
Definitely in those close games, attention to the detail is very important. Attention to detail and preparation for the game, preparing our team, our players, ourselves for the next opponent, in the sense of making sure that we are ready from our point of view, but also we have a good knowledge and preparation with regards to information about the upcoming opponent. And that's the key. Eventually it's going to come down to the execution on the field too, and paying attention to the detail on the field. Training sessions are the preparations for the final exam, which the game is. And you have to be ready. You never know when the decisive play comes. Would it be the first play of the game or the last play of the game? The last play of the first half. We have that saying that the next game is the most important game because it's the next game. And during the game, the next play is the most important play. Next sequence is the most important sequence because it is the next play, because it is the next sequence. It doesn't matter if it is defensive sequence or if you're in possession of the ball. So again, making sure that you take every play, every game, and every play one at a time. Pay attention to the detail in the preparation and during the game. We've been talking already with the players that what happened in the past, that's not going to define them. What's going to define them now moving forward is this season. I don't want them to think of themselves as, especially returning player, as the program that had so-and-so record from last year or so-and-so record the last 2, 3, 4 years. It's impossible. My LeMoyne College record is 0 wins, 0 losses, 0 ties. And I would like student athletes to come into this preseason thinking exactly the same way. Everybody's record is clean. 0 wins, 0 losses, 0 ties. Now it's time to write the next chapter of this program, this whole season.
You got to announce to the team that you're going to be the head coach. What's the experience been like interacting with the team?
It was very efficient, very quick. First Zoom meeting. It's nothing but positive. And like I mentioned, meeting people around the campus, everybody talks and emphasizes the character of the student athletes. And that's very important, very positive thing to hear. Because without character foundation, there's nowhere to go. So that's good that foundation is in place. The rest of the stuff, we'll work through it. I mean, there's so many different pieces in preparation to be the best student athlete you can be in this course of soccer. When we talk about the physical preparation, technical, tactical, mental strength of the players, but also there is that foundation that a lot of people forget about or ignore, which is lifestyle choices. How do you recover between the training sessions? How you recover from one game to the other? I mean, nutrition, hydration is very important, but making sure that your academic schedule is set the proper way and you don't procrastinate, so you get enough sleep to recover for the physical activity that you need to take upon yourself the next day. So character part is very important because that's where that lifestyle choices will come in place. And that's that wholesome approach to be the best student athlete that you can be.
Yeah, I love that side, what you're talking about in that respect of this making sure good lifestyle choices, and that you're not just a student athlete at practice, you're not just a student athlete in a game, but you're a student athlete all the time. And that what you're doing as far as, like you said, your sleep habits, what you're eating, staying hydrated, how you're going after your schoolwork, your time management, that everything you do throughout an entire day, and then that day to the week, that week to the month, month to the year, that decides who you are. So those moments where you could go this way or that way could decide how you play in the game 3 days later, which I think is a very unique way to put it, and it's very true.
You never know which part of the preparation is going to make the difference, especially in those close games that you mentioned. Some games, this team is going to be successful and will get a positive result out of those games because maybe their physical preparation was better. They are fitter individually and as a group, and at the end of the game they're a little bit fresher than the other team. Some games they will be successful and they will win the games because they're a more technical team than the other team. Some games that the team will win because they are tactically better organized, mentally stronger. But some games they will never know until it happens. They will win the games because that recovery between one game to the other was done better by individual players in this program and the team as a whole. And again, they had a better starting point than the other team. So nobody ever knows which component is going to make a difference. So we have to take care of every part of it.
For you, Yaro, why did this? You said it was a quick process. So why did it attract you here? I know you talked about the community and the environment around the student athletes, but for you personally, what made you say, you know what, with everything that I do and everything I'm involved with, I would like to add this into my world? Why LeMoyne women's soccer?
Too many reasons. I like challenging situations. I encounter a lot of them at different levels as a player and coach. And it's always great to be part of the process that you go through the challenging circumstances of rebounding from one situation. And at the end of the process, and that's the second reason, you see those student athletes enjoying the fruits of their work. From coaching point of view, the process part is the enjoyable part. Setting the goals for student athletes that for them sometimes seem to be out of their reach, but you have that belief in them that they can reach them. You provide the environment and tools to them that they can reach that full potential that they didn't know was at that high level and outside, maybe sometimes outside of their comfort zone. And when the time comes where they see the results on the field, and sometimes it is in the form of the positive result, sometimes it is in the form of a win, but sometimes it is in the form of a great improvement in the performance, because if the individual players in the group does a great job on the field and the other team still comes up with the win, credit to the other team. But the part of the process of getting better from game to game, at the end of each soccer day, whether it be a training day or a game day, we are better individually and as a group than we were at the beginning of the day. That's already success and win in certain column, in certain category. But really seeing the enjoyment of accomplishment by student athletes is the reason why we are in coaching in the academic setting. You want to see that progress, you want to see that improvement. And yes, and many times once you get to the college level, it is defined by wins and losses. But there are so many other categories that those players can look forward to accomplish a lot of different goals on and off the field. So, like I mentioned, two parts. The process part of being in a challenging situation with a lot of room to improve, and eventually looking forward to this outcome of student athletes enjoying the results, the fruits of their labor, of their commitment. So we're looking forward to it.
You've had experience, obviously, coaching at the collegiate level on the men's side of things at Cornell, and you've coached men's and women's teams in your history. So for you, what is it about the experience you've had and what you've done with Syracuse FC, everything that you've done, that can help you in this challenge be successful?
Every day there is opportunities to learn, no matter how long I play the sport, coach the sport, there are always new situations that come up. That's actually also a very exciting part of being in sports in general, that every situation is different. And especially in the game of soccer, on the field, contrary to certain other sports, fast preparation, major of the preparation, is done early, way before the game day. Really, the game day is the day where you give the game of soccer back to the players. You have the most influence on the players, on the group during training sessions. You guide them through this process, you help them to improve. But on the game day, it's all about, again, creating the environment in which at that first whistle, at the beginning of that first play of the game, they feel confident that they prepare themselves for that day the best they can. And as coaches, we guide them and help them to that part. Once the game starts, yes, there are some adjustments to be made, substitutions, a few instructions can be given to the players and to the group here and there, halftime adjustments.
Yeah.
But the game of soccer, there's no timeouts.
Yeah.
There's no play calling. All this preparation has to be done before game day. And again, we do it as coaches and players. So players are in the position where they're confident, they prepare themselves. You can relate it to studies at school, at the university. When you go into the final exam and in the class, if you prepared yourself well through the whole semester, you attended classes, you did everything what professors asked you to do, you go into that exam confident that you're ready to take that exam. But if you left everything for the last minute, last second, you were scrambling, you didn't put enough time, probably you're not going into that exam as confident. So same thing with the game day preparation. Let's make sure that we're well prepared. So the moment we start the game, we're confident walking onto the field, walking into that game. And then after players group does the best they can, the field itself will verify whether we're a better team or not on the day. At least we were going to walk off the field saying, yeah, we've done everything that we could to represent ourselves, represent the athletic department, represent the university and the community here in the best possible way.
Coming from Yaro Zawislan here, the interim head coach for women's soccer for the LeMoyne College Dolphins. We're going to get into rapid fire in a second, where people get to know you a little bit better. I get to fire questions that have nothing to do with sports, and in the right of fairness, you get to throw some back at me as well. So before we go there, one final point on the team itself. How would you describe what this team is going to look like as far as your scheming, coaching style? Don't give anything away to your opponent, but what can we anticipate?
So first of all, we as coaches are looking forward to seeing the team on the first day of training sessions. This will be the key to find out all the strengths of the group and individual players in particular. At that moment, the process of putting individual players and the group in the best position, the best soccer formation is going to begin, because we are going to make those adjustments. We are going to adjust the formation to the strength of the individual players and the group that we have.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see where everybody is at on the first day of preseason, and that process will start. But in general, when we are going to go into the games, spectators, supporters can expect high-tempo games in which we will try to impose our style of play, our formation on the opposing teams. And when the team is dominant, technically and tactically in possession, then those teams can impose the pace of the game, formation, tempo of the game on the other team. Of course, there will be some days maybe we'll find ourselves in the situation where the other team dominates possession, and maybe some adjustments will have to be made. However, starting point is come in with a high tempo game and impose our style of play on the opposing teams.
It's time for rapid fire. So we're going to do 3 questions apiece. Could be about anything, but not about sports. We'll go back and forth. Favorite movie of all time?
Well, I should get those questions ahead of time, because
That's the point of rapid fire, is you can't know.
There was a lot of great movies out there, and we're just talking about it with different people. I am just slowing it down. I'm going to do the gamesmanship thing in the soccer game, where you kind of delay the answers to the questions and stuff like that. So yeah, no, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, I tell you. I mean, simple question, but when you saw so many movies, I mean, it's a tough answer, right? So, gosh, maybe we can edit that part out.
We're keeping it.
We can come back to the next one.
We'll come back to it. You can ask one to me now.
Well, I'll go back at favorite sport of yours. You're covering a lot of sports, and I will put you on the spot because you develop a lot of relationships with different coaches, with different sports. You don't have to answer. I'll give you a leeway, because that can affect your relationships with the other coaches.
You know, I grew up playing basketball, and So, I mean, that's a part of my being. It's a part of my soul. It's like, it's just who I am. I still go out and play and shoot. And so I would say that, you know, basketball is a love of mine and a passion of mine, but really getting to know the sports I didn't know growing up or I wasn't around, that has meant a lot to me. Like when I was growing up, the question was, are you playing football, basketball, or baseball? So I wasn't around soccer, I wasn't around lacrosse, and I've gotten to spend time around both. I got to coach soccer when I was living in Pennsylvania. I got to coach kids and had a U12 team, and I loved it. And the last game of the season that we won, it was 31 degrees outside, and I got drenched with water and Gatorade, and it felt like I won a championship. And I still to this day have never forgotten those kids. So, you know, I could say that sports, all different sports have given something to me. And the first time I ever coached was soccer. The game I played was basketball. So, I mean, there's a lot of things. I love the beauty and the art of lacrosse that I've learned about. You know, there's so many difficult things. I commentated a volleyball game, and there's just nuances that you don't know if you're just watching the game. Then to baseball, I've grown more of an appreciation. Golf, I golf more now. So, I mean, I guess in the world of sports, I've tried to find something endearing about all of them, in a way. So I technically get three more for you because you didn't answer the first one. So, what do you like to do when you take a step aside from sports? And I know that you're always keeping yourself busy, but what do you like to do in downtime? What's a part of you that maybe we don't know?
So besides on the field stuff and the things that have to be accomplished off the field in preparation for game day and training sessions, being student of the game, that's very important, keeping up with the newest trends in the sports of soccer. So of course that takes a lot of time too. But family is very important. I mean, we always talk with student athletes too, that, you know, keeping priorities is very important, and that's something that if there's that full understanding coming from us as coaches, that family comes first. If family comes first, then there will be situations that come up, and it's very important that members of family take all the time they need.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it is during the celebration times or during the tough times where family needs each other's support, right? So that's the priority, because soccer takes so much time. When you get involved in soccer, different levels, if you want to do it the right way, it's definitely the situation where you're vested a lot of hours, whatever time is available during the season, out of season, the priority has to be family. And if it means you know, spending time together or making phone calls to the family members that are spread out through North America or even throughout the world, and like in my case, back in Europe and so on, that's the next most important thing. So, and that can come in many different forms, but we convey that also to all the student athletes, all the players who participate at different levels in the organizations that we're involved. That if there is ever any conflict with the family, there's never any question. They don't even have to go deeper into the reason why they are going to miss this or that, because it's so important to me. It's so important to my family, and I feel that should be important to all the people involved with any soccer projects that I'm part of.
I could definitely appreciate the family comes first, as they should, and not all family is blood too, which is also a beautiful part of it. What's your second one for me?
I will return the question. What do you enjoy doing when you're not busy traveling, doing the interviews, you know, all the media stuff that you do? It kept you very busy.
Yeah, I would say I'm a big Disney guy, so I like to go to Disney. I like to ride all the rides. I am an adventure person. I like to take a day trip. I like to, go on a vacation. I love to spend time with my dog and Lily, shout out. And I love music. I love to sing. My grandfather sang. My mom sings. She gave that to me. So usually I'm doing something with music. I'm being a big kid in some world. I love going to the movies. And I will work on a movie someday. I have that sight set, and I am looking forward to it because I really love telling stories, and I look forward to going to the movie someday where I get to see how people react to the story that I tell. So I'm looking forward to that. My next one for you. So I asked you about movies, and you didn't have a favorite one.
Well, let's come back to it.
Can we come back to it? Yeah.
Right now. I mean, the thing is, since you mentioned that you're going to work on the movie, let's put it this way. My most favorite movie hasn't been made yet.
Okay.
So your future movie isn't running for it. That's my answer. So
fair enough.
We'll come back to it when your movie comes out, right?
Fair enough. I like that. That's fair. It's very fair. I do like that. My last one for you, Yaro, is if you could write one sentence and put it in a time capsule, and it's going to get opened 50 years from now, what would you write?
Those are good questions. This one is a very deep. Gosh, it's like a final project for a master's degree or so question. One sentence.
One sentence to tell the world 50 years from now.
50 years from now. We went through all this stuff the last couple of years, and that was so hard on everybody. But again, nobody really wants this time of last couple of years that happened to everybody defining this stuff. I mean, people will be aware of it in the history books and so on.
Yeah.
I mean, I would use just one word in the sense of the technology, what technology has done.
Yeah.
With regards to the most recent generation and generations.
Okay.
The lifestyle of people. I mean, it's just speed with which people get the information, process the information, is just increasing day to day.
Yeah.
We almost have to take time out for ourselves to look at the communication back at something what we do right now, talking in person.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what is getting lost right now on people. People are attached to the technology so much with the text messages, all the social media going on. The amount of time that people interact with the technology versus interacting with people is that shift has happened so rapidly. And I don't think people in general have paid and pay enough attention how less human interaction people have with each other nowadays. And it's true. So again, it's a little bit longer answer, but it would be the technology, the influence of technology on people, and maybe it would be too late, but almost warning sentence. Do not lose the human touch, human communication, human factor in your lives. Don't just keep shifting more and more to reliance on communication and technology in personal way. So probably the sentence would encompass somewhat of a warning if it's not too late by then, which it could be, right?
Yeah, and I think that is a great way to put it, right? And what you said about it, and would it be too late at that point? So it's up to us to make sure that it's not too late then, more importantly, that it's not too late now for something like that, to make sure that this stays the main thing. What's your final question?
Before I go to final question, I just wanted to add to it. There's so many misunderstandings that happen in that communication that is impersonal. Things are being lost. The meaning of the message gets lost, and that's where it becomes many times twice, 3 times as much of work to unravel the situation, to fix it, right? Even on the personal relationship, working relationship, interconnection. It's again very important, and when there's opportunity to talk through the things, it's the art that shouldn't be lost on people. There's personal communication, and sometimes we see that with the next generation, just people in general, students in particular, that they prefer that kind of a distant, not the personal communication, because sometimes people like hiding behind electronic messaging. Right?
Yes.
The final question: what was the most memorable event that you covered from the media point of view?
That's big. I would say there's been so many things and meaning behind all of them. I would say, and it's not a game. It was when there's a lot of different moments, but I got asked to be a keynote speaker, and I had never envisioned myself as that. And I'd given, the credit to everybody else. I said, when they asked me to do it, I said, Bob Costas is a keynote speaker. So when I got to do that, and I got to stand and speak and try to impart, and really not write much down. I literally just wrote bullet points on a piece of paper, like talk about this stuff or remember to. And I speak from the heart. I don't script it, and I think that's something that people really get to know about me, is that I don't write it down. I feel it in the moment. So I just love that. I loved getting to talk with the student athletes. I love the opportunity that Enrico Mastriani and Tara Machado gave me. Thank you. I'll never forget it. And it was a moment where I realized I was going to a different place in my career. So it's incredible that when you work really hard at something that you love, and you really love it, and you love it on the toughest days, that what comes out on the other side of that is so beautiful that it almost feels like it's not real, and then you have that reminder and you touch that. And I love helping people. I love seeing other people succeed. It never threatens me, and I find it so weird that people are so mean to each other in the same field, because other people's success should make you proud for them, and to want to succeed yourself. And so, I fight with the man in the mirror every day to be better than he was yesterday, and I know where he can be better. So, I would say my favorite moments are the moments that I wake up every day and say, whatever we've done up to this point in almost 19 years and 10 years of owning my own business, what can I do today to make a difference today? Because someone today doesn't know what I did for 19 years. They're maybe interacting with me for the first time. And I'm a big believer that how you act in that moment could be the only time. So, I think we can all be better. I can always be better. And I just hope that the story, I tell people this all the time, the story that you write, would you want God to read it back to you? And if you're writing a story that you wouldn't want to be read out loud, what does that say about how you're living your life? And some chapters are hard, some will make you cry, some will gut wrench you, some will make you laugh, some will make you feel stupid. But are you writing a story, the good, bad, and indifferent, you would want somebody to read out loud? And I'm doing my best to make sure that the chapters that I'm writing now are the best chapters that I write. So that's what I would say. So that coming from Yaro Zawislan here, the interim head coach for women's soccer on the LeMoyne College Dolphins side of things, myself, Dan Tortora. This in edition of Dolphin Dive, coming to you every second and fourth Wednesday exclusively on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside of the Cafe Wall studios at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Stay tuned to our Dolphin coverage on the LeMoyne tab of wakeupcalldt.com, youtube.com/wakeupcalldt, as well as mixlr.com and facebook.com/wakeupcalldt. For now, we appreciate you, and as we always say here, fins up. Thanks, Jaro.
Thank you.
Avicoli's, located on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road in Liverpool, New York, has been your trusted neighbor for decades. Located just steps from Liverpool High School, we're happy to have the Liverpool Warriors on-site, on-location broadcast at Avicoli's through Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora every single month, featuring student athletes, coaches, and administration throughout the year from Liverpool High School. Head out to Avicoli's today on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road in Liverpool, New York, open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch, dinner, and drinks. We'd love to see you out there. And of course, you can call them at 315-622-5100 for takeout, delivery, and catering. That's 315-622-5100. And also find them on myavicolis.com. That's myavicollis.com. Having peace of mind when you're out of town that your furry-loving friend is safe and sound means taking them to Canine Campground, because we all know that when it comes to the love of our pets, it goes well beyond the call of duty to make sure they're safe and sound. Right, Lily? So take a ride to 242 Johnson Street in East Syracuse, New York, and see Canine Campground and where your dog will be staying, in the classic cabin, the executive cabin, the grand cabin, or of course the luxury cabin, because if you know Lily, you know she loves luxury. Now you don't have to wait to the last minute to find a family member or a friend that'll take your dog for a few days. Call Canine Campground at 315-299-4013. That's 315-299-4013. Their drop-off and pickup times are Monday through Sunday. Check K9campground.com for more information. That's the letter K, the number 9, and campground spelled with a K.com. K9campground.com.
When you're going out of town, bring your dog to Canine Campground.
PB&J's Lunchbox, the food truck that you love finding all throughout Central and Upstate New York, now has a street-side cafe. So when you're craving their traditional favorites as well as their out-of-box amazing menu items, you can now head to 663 Old Liverpool Road in Liverpool, New York. Located just minutes from the highway, the Thruway, Destiny USA, and Onondaga Lake Parkway, PB&J's Lunchbox Street-Side Cafe is there for you Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner all throughout the day. Get breakfast for dinner, dinner for lunch, whatever you fancy, including their award-winning grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Find them at 663 Old Liverpool Road in Liverpool, New York. PB&J's Lunchbox, where we love to know what's in your lunchbox. As a patient, what do we want? To be cared for, to be listened to, and to have someone walk us through the process on our path to victory. Victory Sports Medicine and Orthopedics does all of those things beautifully, with Dr. Mark Petropoli leading the team on 791 West Genesee Street in Skaneateles, New York, located minutes from beautiful Skaneateles Lake. Whatever your injury may be from head to toe, preventative care, rehab, physical therapy, laser therapy, and surgery are all available at Victory Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, where they care about us, they listen to us, and they understand that everyone's path to victory is a little bit different. Let them help you on yours by calling 315-685-7544 to make your appointment today. That's 315-685-7544. And find out more information at victorysportsmedicine.com. Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside of the Cafe Kubal Studios, hanging out with you where sports meets that thing called life. And hope you're having yourselves a fantastic morning this morning. Want to thank Yaro for being a part of this show in our exclusive with Yaro Zawislan, the interim head coach for LeMoyne Dolphins women's soccer program. Very happy to have him on the show. Like I said last week, we got to break the story that he was hired as the interim head coach for women's soccer at LeMoyne College. And this week, we got to bring you the exclusive first interview since he accepted the job. So nobody else had what we got to share with you today, and we got to share that together. I'm very happy we got to do that. So many thanks to LeMoyne, to Bob Beretta, Linda Lemura, and of course to Jaro Zawislan and everyone connected to LeMoyne women's soccer for helping to make this possible. So with that being said, coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to get our mock draft going for the Fantasy Football Power Hour. I'm very excited about this. Our drafts are coming up very soon. So, we're going to have our Hooters Week down in the great state of Florida, the second home of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. And that draft is going to be Wednesday, April 24th, so 2 weeks from today. And then we'll be doing our drafts at the Wildcat Sports Pub. We have one coming up in September, one in late August, and we may have another day that gets set up as well. So very excited about the opportunity to be drafting with you once again, and always looking forward to that. So if you have not joined our draft and you'd like to be a part of the draft up here in Central and Upstate New York, all you have to do is send an email to dtstays@gmail.com. That's dtstays@gmail.com if you'd like to be part of our fantasy football leagues. They are free to join. There are trophies for the champions, and for last place, there is a toilet bowl. So a lot of cool stuff. We have a lot of fun, and the Wildcat is literally the best place up here in Central and Upstate New York to do this, supporting local, and no better place to hang out and have a good time. So very excited for that, to do our fantasy football drafts. Look forward to having you there coming up here in just a few weeks. So we're going to do our mock draft so you can get a feel for it. Mike and I are going to be drafting against the computer, and the computer is obviously set up to make some good picks. They're not picking punters in the first round, so it's definitely going to be a nice look at it, and we can get a feel for this together. So I'm going to have some fun with it and have a good time, and I'm looking forward to doing that with you in just a few minutes. But I do want to once again thank Moyne College for everything that they've done as we head into year 2 of our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership. I want to express my gratitude, and they didn't know I was going to do this today. I just feel the need to. So I want to thank Dr. Linda Lemura. I want to thank Bob Beretta. I want to thank all of the head coaches, all of the assistant coaches, all of the volunteer coaches and training staff, strength and conditioning, and, nutritionists. I would love to thank the student athletes as well as everybody, past, present, and future at LeMoyne, for helping to make this community such a true Phin family, and not just saying that it's a family, but actually being a family, and you've welcomed me in with open arms. So I want to give a very proud thank you for that, and I appreciate it more than I can say. So it's not just Dolphin Dive, it's not just AD and DT, it's so much more behind the scenes, and it's so much that goes into this, and I'm just very honored to be connected with LeMoyne College. It's my dad's alma mater. It's been the school that's been less than 10 minutes from me growing up my whole life. So to be connected with LeMoyne in this special way really does mean a lot. And I want to say thank you. So appreciate your blessings and be good to each other. God bless. No stress. Do your best, right? That's what we always say here on the show. So with that being said, before we take our final step aside and get ready for the Fantasy Football Power Hour, I do want to remind you all out there today that life may be difficult. It may be tough. You may feel like you can't move forward. You may feel like you're stuck in quicksand. You might feel like this life that you're living is not what you wanted it to be right now. But I ask you to keep going. I ask you to keep pushing. I ask you to keep believing. I ask you to keep trying. Because it will get better. It will get better. And I know that's hard to believe. And I know you say, Dan, people tell me that all the time. But you know what? People said that to me too. And I didn't believe them. And then it got better. And then it got better. And then it got better. And it may not be exactly what you want it to be. It may not be exactly what you expect. But when is life ever exactly what we think it's going to be? You know, I'm a true believer that whatever you want your life to be, God's going to make it better. So, stay focused. Stay confident. Be the best person you can be. Try your absolute hardest at everything that you do. Love with everything you got. And leave it all out there. Right? I just want you to know this morning and every morning that it's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to have a rough moment, right? It's okay to have a tough day. Just remember that being good to yourself and being good to others is not a sometime thing. It's an every time thing. We have to. We have to. If we want this world to be a good place. So, you know, I come today to you with a heavy heart. You know, there's stuff that I'm dealing with, and I know there's stuff that other people are dealing with, and it's not always easy to take a deep breath. It's not always easy to look forward. It's not always easy to stop looking behind you. But I know that God has my back. I know I'll be okay. I know you'll be okay. I know God has your back too. See, we get lost in all this stuff, right? We get lost in the hustle and bustle. I have. You know, I said going through the pandemic, I don't want to go back into it and not do the things that were healthy and just like keep going and going and going and not take care of myself. And then here I am doing that. You got to take a deep breath, folks. You have to take the time. Because if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to? And if you don't love yourself, where are you heading? It's not going to be easy. People in your life today might be out of your life tomorrow. Some people leave without saying anything. And ghosting has been going on for 1,000,000 years. Friends 1 second, not the next. Family doesn't talk. Girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. But I'm here to tell you that you are the keeper of your own happiness. And when you start controlling your own happiness, you'll be amazed by the fact that when people leave or people do things, it doesn't hurt as much because you love yourself so much that you're not going to let somebody take that from you. So just hold on. Hold on. And don't give up. Don't ever give up. Because it will get better. And the ones that matter are the ones that stick around. We'll take a step aside for a fast break. I love you all. I really do. I mean that. We'll come back after this to wrap up this hour and get ready for fantasy football.
Cafe Cabal offers same-day local delivery of our products, offering no delivery charge for Onondaga County. Shop cafecabal.com for fresh roasted coffee beans, cold brew, travel mugs, and all your essential Café Kubal needs. Café Kubal, coffee for the soul.
Hi, this is Amy from Mother's Cupboard, home of the whole frittata. We are open daily 6 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. For takeout orders, call 315-432-0942 and tune in to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora for our monthly food challenge and try our Wake Up Call signature menu item available 7 days a week. Here at Mother's Cupboard, we are Central New York, and it's our honor to serve you.
Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory remind us that every day is worth celebrating. Find them at 201 Old 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York, open Monday through Saturday in-store and all the time online at maandpaspopcorn.com. Serving our Central New York community and beyond, you can order all throughout the country at maandpaspopcorn.com. And remember to get your tins, which have in-store half-price refills forever. Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory, available to you for fundraising and all of your events by calling 315-450-6272. That's 315-450-6272. Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory. How corny are you?
Witty Wicks Candles and Gift Shop, Township 5 Camillus, where you will find handcrafted all-natural soy wax candles over 60 cents to freshen up your home. We carry a wide range of locally made items, Salsa Q's, Syracuse Salt, and Chocolate Pizza Company, to name a few. Let our knowledgeable staff help choose unique gifts and keepsakes for any occasion. Gifts for family and friends, and maybe a little something for yourself. Witty Wicks Candles and Gift Shop, Township 5 Camillus.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside of the Café Kubal Studios. Proud to be here with you every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And big thanks to Café Kubal for being our exclusive studio partner. We don't take that lightly. They are our exclusive studio partner for a reason. That we love working with them. They're local. They were made here, built here, sustained here, evolved here, and continue to serve our community here and beyond. So fill your cup up right with Café Kubal. That's how we do it right here. See? Put them right next to each other. Café Kubal, fantastic place. 3501 James Street, 324 West Water Street, 401 South Salina Street, where they also have beer on tap for some nighttime fun. And those are all in Syracuse. And then 343 Fayette Street in Manlius, New York, and on the corner of Route 11 and Taft Road at Sweetheart Corners in North Syracuse. So make sure you pop out today to Café Kubal and let them know that Wake Up Call sent you, and we appreciate them as always. Cafe, KUBAL.com is where you can go to order and have them sent to you. I love the chai, there's tea, there's coffee, fantastic sandwiches and breakfast, and don't get me started on the desserts because they are scrum diddly umptious, and I'm going to say it because that's how I feel when I eat it. So chocolate chip cookies, chocolate chip banana bread, those are my favorites, but there's a lot of good stuff there. Head out to Café Kubal today, and once again, thank you to Café Kubal for all you do. With that being said, I want to thank my fantastic guest, Yaro Zawislan, for our exclusive first interview with the LeMoyne interim head coach for women's soccer, and youtube.com as well as facebook.com and mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt is where you're going to find us every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And, of course, you will also find us on wakeupcalldt.com's homepage where the MixLR feed is embedded. And you'll find us on facebook.com/livenowdt for a secondary spot on Facebook. So however you're connecting with us, thanks for being a part of the show where sports meets that thing called life. Always happy to have you here, and much love as always, and thank you to everybody that's with us all around the world. With that being said, you can also find us on Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, iTunes and Apple Podcasts, MixLR, TuneIn, Podbean, Podvine, Spotify, Player FM, Stitcher, and YouTube. All you have to do is search Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, or one word, Wake Up Call DT, and you'll find us on any one of your podcasting platforms. And when you're in your car and you got the CarPlay and you're playing it safe and you have your screen there, when you have a moment, make sure that you look up Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on any one of those wonderful things that show up on your CarPlay, and you can listen to me in your car like we're on traditional radio. So you can have us however you want to have us, because we make it simple for you. Thanks to all of our Central and Upstate New York partners, Cafe Kubal, Carvel DeWitt, the Wildcat Sports Pub, PB&J's Lunchbox, as well as Canine Camp Dog Daycare, Avicoli's, Ma and Pa's Popcorn.com, and Ma and Pa's Kettle Corner Popcorn Factory on 201 Old 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York. They are hiring. Go to Indeed.com and search them. Canine Campground Dog Boarding, Honda City of Liverpool, Pizza Man, Chick-fil-A Cicero and Chick-fil-A Clay, Witty Wicks, Mother's Cupboard, and we are very happy to be the exclusive multimedia marketing partner of your LeMoyne College Dolphins. It is Fins Up every single month on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets that thing called life. Always happy to be here with the Dolphins of LeMoyne College, and they are here with us every single month on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Time for Dolphin Time, and that is every first and third Wednesday, AD and DT, with Athletics Director Bob Beretta and myself, Dan Tortora. And every second and fourth Wednesday, we have the Dolphin Dive, and the Dolphin Dive comes to you with student athletes, coaches, as well as administration, future Dolphins, and alumni. Those stories are told, like I said, every second and fourth Wednesday, so don't miss out on the opportunity to hang out with us where sports meets that thing called life. Always appreciate being with the Dolphins, and all of our content is on the LeMoyne tab of wakeupcalldt.com, so go there, subscribe, bookmark it, keep it. It will update as I update it. And of course, youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. If you subscribe to us on YouTube, you'll be able to pick up all of our stuff as well on there, so make sure that you do that. And of course, you can get more information on your Dolphins by going to LeMoyneDolphins.com. Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora is the exclusive multimedia marketing partner of your Marywood University Pacers. It is Pacer Pride every single month on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, and your Marywood University Pacers come to you on Fridays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time to tell their stories. We have a great one coming up this week that I cannot wait to share with you. We had a great one with Vinny Diorio this past week, and you can pick up all of that content by going to the Marywood tab on wakeupcalldt.com. You can also subscribe to us on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt to never miss a live show. And once the shows go live, they go right into the YouTube archive on our Wake Up Call DT channel. So you'll see Marywood live, and you'll get to continue to watch it and share it after that, along with all of our content. Go to marywoodpacers.com for more information. And thanks to our student athletes, coaches, and administration that have joined the show. The Bryan and Stratton College Bobcats of Syracuse are also proud exclusive multimedia marketing partners with Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. The Bobcat Buzz comes to you every single month as we speak with the amazing Bryan and Stratton College of Syracuse. They are growing, progressing, national champion caliber teams. Women's soccer has won a national championship. Men's soccer has won multiple. We've seen men's basketball and women's basketball get to the national tournament, and their baseball program is starting its first ever season coming up this year, along with esports. So, a lot of love for all of the wonderful things that are happening at Bryan and Stratton College of Syracuse. Cannot wait to share even more stories with student athletes, coaches, and administration. We've done some great things in recent history with men's basketball. Clay Gagan Sherman came out to Cafe Kubal. On top of that, we were able to do our signing ceremony and have an exclusive there with pictures from all of the signees, as well as Darren Joyner's exclusive conversation coming from NCAA Division II to the USCAA. and Bryan and Stratton College of Syracuse. So a lot of great stuff that's happened so far, as well as everything we've done with Nick Dimitrievsky, Alex Grigorita, as well as Tay Baker and Sean Peak. So much love to everybody that has been involved, and more Bobcat Buzz is always coming to you every single month. So stay close to our social media to find out when and get more information. Well, make sure you go to the BSC SYR tab on wakeupcalldt.com, bookmark it and save it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wake Up Call DT. And of course, for more information, go to syracuse.bscbobcats.com. So much. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being here. If you're with us on Facebook and YouTube, we're going to end this video and start a new one in just a moment. So don't worry, we have an hour too. Every second hour on Wednesdays is a separate video stream because our fantasy football content is so... It's become a business within a business, and there's so much that I do with it that we have to make sure that people can get to that content quickly. So make sure you join our next video. It'll be coming up in just a second. Find us on Facebook at Wake Up Call DT. This is a Twitter at Call DT, at Wake Up Call _DT on Instagram. And thanks to Yaro once again for being a part of the show, and to LeMoyne College, the women's soccer team, everyone that helps with the women's soccer team, Bob Beretta, Dr. Linda Lemura, and the entire Phin family. That being said from the Cafe Kubal studios, and we will be back momentarily here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets that thing called life. Thank you, Greg. I know you're in my corner, and I appreciate that, and I feel that positive energy. So thank you, brother. Much love and much appreciation for that. Can't thank you enough. So with that being said, we'll take a step aside. We'll be back in just a moment with a new video. For those of you on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt and on wakeupcalldt.com, keep hanging out with us as we'll continue on from here.